Tony Slattery battled with alcohol and drug addiction and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder before his death. The comedian and actor died aged 65 on Sunday evening, January 12, following a heart attack. Once a household name and one of Britain's most beloved comedians, Tony became known for witty quips. But in the years before his passing, Tony spent his days away from the limelight and in front of the TV. In a candid interview with The Mirror back in 2019, Tony admitted that his goal for the following year was to simply survive. "You wake up and, if you're alive, cool, go from there if you can," he said. Tony opened up about the daily struggle with his mental health, noting, "I could write you a book on bipolarity." He acknowledged the complexity of the condition, emphasizing the importance of conversation, but it hugely helps to talk about it, to get it out, discuss it. In the 80s and 90s, Tony was a star, captivating audiences on Channel 4's improvisation show Whose Line Is It Anyway? Despite being on the road to becoming one of the UK's top stand-up comedians, Tony struggled with his mental health along with drug and alcohol addictions. In the 1990s, his cocaine habit led to him spending £4,000 weekly. This addiction culminated in a personal crisis in 1996 when he spent 6 months isolated in his Thameside flat. During filming of Ahead of the Class in 2005, comedy icon Julie Walters offered Tony some hard-hitting advice, forever etched in his memory. "She sat me down and said, 1. Tony, I think you're a good actor, but there's a darkness inside you. 2. You smell a bit of vodka. 3. Take it easy," he recalled. When quizzed about a possible return to comedy TV 6 years ago, he contemplated, "I think there's a capability in me to be really dangerous and sinister as opposed to just being a light entertainment comedian." Recalling an interaction with a psychiatrist, Tony recounted being told that he was mad after an hour of examination. Tony also battled with depression, adding, "There used to be a huge stigma. I get very annoyed when people talk about happy pills because there's no such thing. Antidepressants can be really useful and effective, but they're not a panacea." Reflecting on his participation in Stephen Fry's 2006 documentary, The Secret Life of the Manic Depressive, the TV star opened up about the broadcaster's significant influence on him. "Stephen is one of my heroes and H has been hugely influential on my way of thinking," he said. "H is one of the kindest people I've ever met." Tony shared his home with actor Mark Michael Hutchinson, his rock and partner for over 30 years. Speaking about their relationship, he gushed, "I've been with Marky for 32 years. Oh God, it's still going well. Damn him, H is 2 months older than I am but looks half my age. We've no plans to marry. What's the bloody point? You give your heart to someone else, or you don't. The couple first crossed paths during their theatre work in Me and My Girl back in 1986. 6 months later, Tony asked Mark out. He explained, "We've never parted since. He is hugely supportive, H is authentic, real. H is my world." Mark announced his partner's death in a statement which said, "It is with great sadness we must announce actor and comedian Tony Slattery, aged 65, has passed away today, Tuesday morning, following a heart attack on Sunday evening." Tony Slattery has been open about his struggles with alcohol and drug addiction, which have had a significant impact on his personal and professional life. During the height of his career in the 1980s and 1990s, Slattery was known for his energetic and quick-witted performances on television and in comedy, but behind the scenes, he struggled. Slattery's addiction problems were exacerbated by the pressures associated with fame and the demanding nature of the entertainment industry. He has spoken openly about how alcohol and drugs became coping mechanisms for the difficulties he faced in his personal life. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Slattery's struggles with addiction led to a period of withdrawal from the public eye, and his career suffered as a result. Since then, he has undergone treatment and rehabilitation for his addiction. Slattery's openness about his experiences with addiction and mental health has helped raise awareness of these issues, and he has become an advocate for a better understanding of addiction and its impact on individuals. Tony Slattery's struggles with addiction and mental health issues have been a big part of his life story, and he has become more open about them in recent years. His struggles with alcohol and drugs began at the height of his fame, and they got worse over time, eventually leading to his breakdown. He has spoken in interviews and documentaries about how his addiction affected his relationships and his career. The pressures of working in the entertainment industry, especially in the dynamic, often chaotic world of comedy and television, have exacerbated his struggles. Slattery became increasingly isolated as his addiction progressed, and it led to a In 2020, Slattery returned to the public eye when he appeared in the documentary Tony Slattery, Out of the Shadows. In the documentary, Slattery admitted that for a long time he did not fully recognize the severity of his addiction and mental health issues. He revealed that he often turned to alcohol and drugs to cope with feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. He also reflected on the pressure he felt in public, which contributed to his feelings of low self-esteem and Slattery's openness in the documentary was a powerful moment, not only for his fans, but for others who may have struggled with similar issues. His decision to speak out about his past and present challenges has helped reduce the stigma surrounding addiction and mental health struggles. It is also an example of the importance of seeking help. Today, Tony Slattery continues his journey to recovery. He remains a beloved figure for his work in comedy and television, but has also become an advocate for raising awareness about addiction and mental health. His story serves as a reminder of the complexities of fame and the toll it can take on an individual.